Hello, Virgo. Someone's true nature is being exposed. A man in your life, someone you trusted, someone you believed in, someone you thought you knew, someone you invested in emotionally or practically or both. Someone who presented one way but is another is revealing himself through actions or words or patterns you can no longer ignore. The mask is dropping. The performance is failing. The reality is becoming undeniable. And breaks you in two means devastating impact, means creating internal split, means you before knowing and you after knowing feel like different people, means discovering something that fractures your understanding, means learning truth that divides your perception, means reality shattering into before this revelation and after, means pain so substantial it feels like breaking. Breaking creates trauma, potentially, creates wound, creates hurt that runs deep, creates pain that requires healing, creates impact that doesn't resolve quickly, creates change in how you see reality or trust people or understand relationships. And terrible revelation means painful truth emerging, means discovering something awful, means learning something you wish you didn't know, means reality revealing itself in harsh form, means truth that hurts, means understanding arriving that creates suffering, means knowledge that can't be unknown once possessed. Terrible means genuinely bad, means not just disappointing, means actually harmful, means truly painful, means significantly damaging, means worthy of the grief and anger and processing required. Here's what terrible revelation might be. Discovering he's been lying systematically about major things, about who he is, about what he does, about where he goes, about who he's with, about financial reality, about relationship status, about intentions, about history, about anything significant, pattern of deception becoming undeniable. Systematic lying destroys trust fundamentally, destroys foundation, destroys knowing what's real, destroys confidence in perception, destroys security, destroys relationship potentially beyond repair. You discover through evidence accumulating, through inconsistencies mounting, through stories not matching, through being told by others, through accidentally finding proof, through pattern becoming too obvious to deny, through investigation or revelation confirming suspicions. Discovery creates shattering, shattering of belief in him, shattering of trust in relationship, shattering of faith in your judgment, shattering of reality you thought stable, learning he's been unfaithful, cheating emotionally or physically or both, having affair, maintaining double life, being with others while claiming exclusivity, betraying trust sexually or emotionally, violating commitment fundamentally. Infidelity breaks specifically, breaks heart, breaks trust, breaks belief in special connection, breaks security, breaks faith in love, breaks understanding of who he is, breaks knowing where you stand. You discover through catching him, through being told, through evidence finding you, through him confessing, through pattern revealing, through undeniable proof emerging that destroys deniability. Understanding his abuse has been intentional. Recognizing manipulation wasn't accidental. Seeing control was systematic. Knowing emotional damage was deliberate. Understanding harm wasn't mistakes, but strategy. seeing pattern designed to diminish you. Abuse revealing itself as intentional, not unfortunate. Abuse recognition devastates differently. Devastates because realizing harm was deliberate, because understanding he meant to hurt, because seeing manipulation was calculated, because knowing diminishment was intentional, because recognizing he chose to damage, you understand through education about abuse, through pattern recognition, through naming what's happening, through others pointing out, through learning about tactics and recognizing them in him, through clarity, arriving about intentionality, discovering major deception about identity. He's not who he claimed, not divorced but married, not successful but fraudulent, not available but committed, not honest about past, not truthful about present, not genuine about fundamentals. Core identity being fabrication. Identity deception shatters everything, shatters knowing who you've been with, shatters foundation of relationship, shatters trust completely, shatters reality entirely, shatters belief in your perception. You discover through investigation, through others revealing, through evidence emerging, through contradictions mounting, through truth surfacing despite his management, through reality asserting despite his stories, learning he's using you, financially exploiting, emotionally extracting, using for status or image or resources or convenience or access, relationships serving his needs while yours ignored, connection being transactional, not genuine, you being utility, not partner. Being used devastates dignity, devastates self-worth, devastates belief in being valued, devastates trust and connections, devastates faith and love, devastates understanding of relationship. You realize through pattern observation, through recognizing what you give versus receive, through seeing how he benefits versus how you do, through understanding his behavior serves him, through clarity about transactional nature. This reflection invites you to consider what terrible revelation resonates most: systematic lying, infidelity, intentional abuse, identity deception, being used. If something immediately struck trust, that recognition, that might be your terrible revelation. That might be what's breaking you. Naming it creates beginning of processing. This reflection invites you to consider, are you in discovery phase or processing phase, learning terrible truth now, or healing from truth learned? Knowing phase helps you understand journey. Discovery requires different navigation than processing. Recent revelation needs different support than past trauma. Phase awareness serves what you should do with terrible revelation. Allow yourself to break. Don't suppress pain. Don't minimize hurt. Don't rush past. Don't perform strength. Feel the devastation. Honor the breaking. Cry, rage, grieve, fall apart if needed. Breaking is appropriate. Response to breaking news. Allowing breaking prevents burying, prevents suppressing that creates later problems, prevents performing that delays healing. Full feeling serves. Seek support immediately. Tell trusted people. Therapist, if accessible. Friends who support. Family who care. Domestic violence resources if abuse. Support groups. Anyone safe who can hold you through this. Don't isolate. Don't manage alone. Community serves healing. Support creates holding, creates not facing alone, creates perspective, creates validation, creates practical help, creates safety.net. Document if necessary. If abuse exists, if legal implications possible, if gaslighting is tactic, if you need evidence when doubt creeps, if protection requires proof. Documentation serves safety and sanity and potentially legal needs. Documenting protects sanity from gaslighting, protects case if legal action needed, protects memory from manipulation, protects reality from distortion, create physical distance if possible, separation from him, space from source of harm, distance from manipulation, space from continued damage, physical removal from toxic presence. Distance allows thinking clearly. Distance creates safety, creates space to process, creates clarity away from influence, creates protection from further harm, creates ability to heal. Don't blame yourself. This is about his choices, his deception, his character, his behavior. Not about you being naive, not about you missing signs, not about you causing this. His actions are his responsibility, period. Refusing self-blame protects from compound trauma, protects from internalizing his damage, protects from believing lies about your fault, protects truth that this is about him. And decide about relationship from safety. Don't decide during crisis. Don't choose while devastated. Don't commit to path while breaking. Get safe first. Get supported first. Get some healing first. Then decide future. What terrible revelation requires from healing? Time without pressure. Healing can't be rushed, can't be scheduled, can't be forced. Requires time to process, time to integrate, time to grieve, time to rebuild, time to recover, however long that takes. Time allows healing, allows processing, allows integration, allows rebuilding, allows recovering at actual pace, not demanded pace. Grief for what wasn't real, grieving relationship you thought existed, grieving person you thought he was, grieving future you imagined, grieving trust that's lost, grieving innocence that's gone, grieving belief that's shattered, real grief for real losses. Grief honors loss, honors what you believed, honors what you invested, honors pain of discovering wasn't real. Grief is appropriate response. Anger without suppression, rage at betrayal, fury at deception, anger at abuse, outrage at manipulation, righteous anger at being harmed. Anger is healthy response, deserves expression in safe ways. Anger provides energy, provides fuel for change, provides power after powerlessness, provides assertion after violation. Anger serves when expressed appropriately. Rebuilding trust in self, learning to trust your perception again, trusting your judgment again, trusting your intuition again, rebuilding confidence and ability to see clearly. Most important trust to rebuild is self-trust. Self-trust rebuilding creates foundation, creates capacity for trusting others eventually, creates discernment improving, creates wisdom developing, creates protecting self going forward. Professional help potentially. Trauma, the significant often requires professional support, therapist trained in betrayal trauma, counselor understanding abuse, specialist in recovery, professional support serves healing deeply. What terrible revelation teaches despite pain. Trusting intuition matters. Likely you had feelings, had suspicions, had unease, had sense something was off. Intuition was trying to protect. Terrible revelation validates that intuition, teaches trusting gut saves. Intuition validation strengthens trusting yourself, strengthens honoring unease, strengthens investigating suspicions, strengthens believing you're sensing. Actions matter more than words. What he did versus what he said reveals truth. Behavior versus promises shows reality. Consistency versus declarations demonstrates character. Watching actions protects more than believing words. Actions over words, wisdom protects from future deception, protects through discernment, protects by valuing demonstration over declaration. Red flags deserve attention, warning signs that appeared early, patterns that showed before, inconsistencies that emerged initially, your discomfort that started soon. Red flags existed. Terrible revelation teaches heeding them matters. Red flag wisdom protects future, protects by noticing earlier, protects by acting on warnings, protects by trusting unease, protects by leaving sooner. Survival is possible after devastation. You're surviving this, living through this, continuing despite this, enduring this breaking, existing through this pain. Survival is possible. Recovery is possible. Healing is possible. Wholeness again is possible. The power is yours. It always has been. A man breaks you into terrible revelation. Whether systematic lying, infidelity, intentional abuse, identity deception, or being used your job, is allowing yourself to break, seeking support immediately, documenting if necessary, creating distance if possible, refusing self-blame, deciding about relationship from safety, then healing through time without pressure, grief for what wasn't real, anger without suppression, rebuilding self-trust, professional help potentially, and learning intuition matters, actions over words. Red flags deserve attention. Survival possible after devastation. Take what resonates, softly release the rest. Trust yourself and listen. This pain is real. This devastation is valid. This breaking is justified. This hurt is profound. You're not overreacting, not being dramatic, not being sensitive. You're experiencing appropriate response to significant harm. Terrible revelation deserves terrible pain. Devastating discovery creates devastation. Breaking truth causes breaking. Your pain is proportional. Your grief is earned. Your anger is righteous. Your devastation is real. Feel it all. Process it fully. Heal at your pace. And know, despite pain, despite breaking, despite devastation, you will heal, will rebuild, will recover, will become whole again, will trust again, eventually, will love again when ready. This terrible revelation breaks you in two now, but healing will make you whole again, differently whole, wiser whole, stronger whole, but whole. You're surviving, you're enduring, you're continuing, and that's everything.